Welcome back to Live Reactions, and I am John Cam. And in this video, I want to talk about a person named Leah Thomas. This person is a NCAA swimmer. She just won the the 500-meter race in swimming. And there's a lot of controversy behind this person. I'm pretty sure most of you guys probably already know the story already, but for those that don't, I'm gonna play a video, a small little clip of, the controversy about this story of Leah Thomas. And I'm gonna chime in here and there just to give my commentary. And when I'm done, I would like to know, your comments on what you think about this story. So let's get into the video.
University of Pennsylvania swimmer Leah Thomas taking first place in the NCAA 500-yard freestyle. She is the first transgender athlete to be crowned NCAA champion, but not without controversy.
Okay, so this is what the controversy is. They say that she, which I don't want to say she because I'm a person that believe that if you was born a male, you are a male. So I'm gonna say he participated in the women's league and actually won. And this is what the controversy is about. Now, being a transgender, you know what a transgender is. That means that you're a man that wants to be a woman, or you can be a woman that wants to be a man. But in this case, it's a man that wants to be a woman. So this is what the controversy is about. And well, the controversy is about the transgender man that that want to be a woman won the 500-meter race in swimming. So I'm gonna continue on so you can hear more of the stories and chime in after. All right.
Because critics say she has an unfair physical advantage over the other swimmers and should not have been allowed to compete.
Right. I agree. He does have an unfair advantage. I mean, growing up as a man, men already have an advantage over women, being stronger, faster, more athletic. This is just human nature. We are what we are. I mean, just look at the picture here. I mean, he is huge. I mean, you would want to compete against this as a woman? I honestly would think that women would be outraged about this. But I see it's like a half and half is what I'm seeing. Like half, some people is okay with this guy swimming in the women's league, and then there's people that's like, no, he shouldn't be in the league, swimming with women. And I'm one of those. I believe the same that men should not be in women's leagues. There's the advantages are different, so he should not be there. And also, I mean, just look at him. He looks like a man. He don't look like a woman. He looks like a man. That's intimidating in itself. No, it ain't intimidating, but I mean, if you're gonna be a transgender, what I think is you should want to look like a woman. If you're gonna be a transgender woman, you should want to look like a woman. But he looks nothing like a woman to me. All right, I'm gonna continue. Oh.
Now, second place went to University of Virginia swimmer Emma Wyatt, who won a silver medal in last year's Tokyo Olympics. She's getting an outpouring of support on social media, with some calling her the true winner. And we saw, Lauren, at that medal ceremony, the crowd was virtually silent when Leah Thomas was announced the winner, the first place winner, and yet they went crazy cheering for the second place
because
winner.
Leah.
Okay, so they're talking about the second place. Sorry, they're talking about the second place winner, which should have been first place because Leah Thomas should not have been swimming in this league. This person does not belong in this league. But what bothers me about this though is I read about her. What's her name? Emma Wyatt, and she supports transgenders in this league, in the women's league, and it really it's weird to me that she does support women, because I would be outraged that I've done worked hard to get to this position to be number one in this league. And a man decided that he wants to be a woman, comes into the league and takes over. I would kind of be outraged about it. I don't know about everybody else, but I will be kind of upset about it. All right, let me continue.
Thomas went through puberty, right, as a boy. She has bigger lungs, bigger arms, bigger hands, and now she's competing against women who don't have that physically. So they viewed the second place winner, Emma Wyatt, as the first place winner.
Just like a man.
I think this is a major issue
for
so many
like
athletes, so many parents out there who are raising athletes, because the rules of the game are changing, and we're figuring out what they should be. Should transgender athletes have an asterisk next to their name if they win, right? Because Leah was like number 460.
She said put an asterisk next to the name. I guess just to identify if they're trans or not. I guess that's what she was trying to say, is so we know it's a trans that won, but what difference would it make if you're allowing them to swim in the league? The asterisk doesn't mean anything if you're allowing them to swim in this women's league. What would be the point of the asterisk? What I think is they should have their own league. They should not be in the women's league. Or they should be going into the males league and compete there. Compete against your own kind and not against the weak. I'm sorry. I don't want to say weak, but I want to say they're not as strong as men. So, and athletic and all this other abilities that men have. So they should compete against their relative parts, if that makes sense.
7 when she competed as a male. Now she's number 1 as a female.
Oh, wait.
I mean, it just...
Hold on, let me go back. I think she said he competed...
Like number 467 when she competed as a male.
467 in the males league. So he actually competed in the males league. Placed 462nd. And this is why I kind of think that he only... And I won't say he's not a transgender, but what I want to say is I kind of feel like he's saying that he's a transgender to be in the women's league so he can compete against people that he know he can win against. Because apparently, as you can see, he couldn't win against the men. So he decided to go against women and dominate. I gotta say though, he figured out the system, and all you gotta do is say, I am a woman, so I should compete in this league. I belong here. Okay. Maybe I should do the same. And I could be in the WNBA. I love basketball, but I know I can't compete against those guys in basketball. So maybe this will be, maybe I should do the same. Maybe I should say that I am a woman and I want to play in the WNBA. I'm not going to change my looks or anything. Look at him. Or him. If I can point right. Look at him. He don't look like he's changed a bit. He looks just like a man, which should be in the men's league. But anyways, let's continue.
As a female, I mean, it's a tough issue, and I think it's going to be an election issue as well.
And Joe Concha, so Martina Navratilova, a tennis legend, came out, sort of said the exact same thing. She said maybe the solution in the interim is that you're honoring the decisions of these transgender athletes, but you're not negatively affecting those who have worked so hard to get where they are. So maybe you put an asterisk by the name, you reserve medals, you come up with some type of interim solution in the gray area right now, Joe.
That's not a bad idea at all. And if the producers just put up that full screen real quick, if you could, the first full screen showing the 3 swimmers, because that really hits home in terms of the advantage, right, that we're seeing here. And look, my wife's a former Division I athlete, right? And look at that, guys. And she would tell me about the training regimen that she had to go through in terms of being on the track team at her school, on top of being pre-med. It's just such an overwhelming commitment. And for these girls that are competing, knowing when they go into a competition that they're going to lose, because one person they're competing against has a decided physical advantage. It's a whole bowl of wrong. But if you criticize this, somehow you're anti-trans somehow. Of course not. It's just a matter of asking for a level, competitive playing field, and I don't see why that's controversial in any way.
And
Yes, I agree with everything he just said, because if you tell somebody um, that this shouldn't be this way, they're gonna think that you're against transgender people. Like you don't like transgender people, and that's not the case. I have no problem with any transgender, gay people. I mean, I feel like if you want to be gay, be gay. If you want to be trans, be trans. But I don't think you should try and force yourself into a place that you don't belong in. If you're a transgender, build a transgender league. That's what I feel. I don't think you should be in the same league as women. You know, but that's just my opinion.
Yes, we have parents, actually a video of them that spoke with Fox Digital earlier, and they sort of made that same point. They said this isn't really the right place to honor those decisions of transgenders because it's negatively impacting the biological females that have worked so hard. We'll play
Yes,
that.
it is.
We do not support a biological male swimming in
These are
the
the parents.
women's
The second
championship meet
place winner.
against females. It is an unfair advantage.
He's a human.
Yes.
We should respect that and what he wants to do with his life. But this isn't the place to do it. It's taken opportunity away from females that have worked very, very hard for
Right.
a long time, even before college, to get in this position. And it's just not right.
So I think it is worth saying again, this is not about a lack of love for transgender community. It's about also honoring who they are and their journey. Maybe either an asterisk or a separate but equal division. We got to come up with an answer.
That's what I
These are our
said. Yeah,
children.
separate. Yeah, it should be a separate league. They should not be against women. And if you're gonna compete, you either gonna have to compete with your gender or create a. I'm not saying create a new gender, but create a sports gender league. Because there's only two genders. There's not three genders. There's only two. What's this on my screen? I don't want to see that. But anyways, yeah, that was that video. And why does she have so much makeup on her eyes? Did y'all see that? Like, look at all that makeup on her eyes. Like, I can't even go back to it. Hold on. Let me see if I can go back to it real quick. Look at all that makeup. Why she got
This
so
is
much
not
makeup?
about also
Hold
honoring
on,
who they
stop.
are.
I didn't ask you to play. It went back. Look at all this makeup on her eyes. Why she got so much makeup? And it's purple. I ain't trying to diss her or nothing like that, but why so much? Is she finna go to the club or something? Just saying. But anyways, I mean, that's that video. Let me stop it.
So
But anyways, I just feel like, just in conclusion, that men should compete against men. Women should compete against women. And if you're gonna be trans, create a new league. Or compete against your own gender. Apparently, he could not compete against his own gender because he placed 462nd when he raced against the men. And that's why I feel like he went against women so he can dominate. Oh, but there is an update on the next race that he done. I think it was the 100-meter race. I think he lost that race. He came in last place. Now, I couldn't imagine winning the 500-meter race, which is actually longer. So it's more endurance or more stamina to go back and forth, right? And then the 100 is like one way, right? Wouldn't you think that he will win that one too? I kind of think that he what they call it, he blew it. No, he ain't blew it. He decided to blow the race so he won't get this backlash that he's getting. This is what I kind of feel like. He don't want to feel that backlash, so he decided to let the women win. That's what I think. I don't know if you agree with me or disagreement with me. Let me know in the comment section what you think. And because I believe that he actually decided to just lose the race because he didn't want the backlash anymore. And that's just what it is. But that's it for the video. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Share if you really like the content. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.